Okay, so picture this, a single app running on just a regular phone that has the power to supercharge 66 million businesses. Now, this isn't some story about a huge Silicon Valley giant. Nope. This is about the little guys, the small shops and street stalls that are literally the lifeblood of an entire country's economy.
So let me ask you a question. When you think about business in a place like Indonesia, what comes to mind? Are you picturing shiny skyscrapers, massive sprawling factories, or is the real story something else entirely? All right, we're going to pull back the curtain and look at the real engine driving Indonesia's economy. And what you find is a story that's, well, it's about incredible, mind-boggling scale, up against some equally incredible challenges. And it all starts with this number, 98.7%. That's how many businesses in Indonesia are micro, small, or medium-sized. I mean, let's be real, they are the Indonesian economy. And right here, this is the central conflict of our story. You've got this enormous wave of 66 million businesses all ready to go, but they keep smashing into this wall of really serious obstacles.
So what kind of roadblocks are we talking about? Well, for starters, a whopping 80% of them are what you'd call unbankable. Basically invisible to banks, so no loans, no financial services. They're wide open to fraud, they're flying totally blind without basic tools to even track their sales, and they get trapped in this cycle where it feels like growth is just impossible. It's a really tough spot to be in. So, with millions of businesses kind of stuck in this loop, the stage is set for a hero to arrive. Or, in this case, a helper. A new player designed to be the exact tool they've been missing. Everybody meet Qasir. And you can kind of get their whole vibe just from their branding, right? With this friendly little mascot, Qasir isn't trying to be some scary corporate software. It's all about being an approachable, easy-to-use partner for the everyday business owner, a sidekick. And their mission, it goes way deeper than just building a cool app. It's all about using tech to level the playing field, to give every single small business a real, fair shot at making it. It all boils down to one word: empowerment. But, they didn't just appear overnight. They actually started back in 2015 as a regular software company. But then, in 2017, everything changed. They found their true purpose, launched the Qasir app, and went all in on this one single game-changing product. Okay, so we get the why, but what about the how? Let's crack open this super toolkit and see how it actually works on the ground. What does this smart little sidekick really do? And this image right here, it says it all. The whole strategy is built on simplicity. You don't need any expensive, complicated hardware. It just runs on a basic tablet or smartphone that you probably already have. With just one tap, that familiar device becomes this incredibly powerful business command center. They've built the whole thing around 3 really simple steps. Step 1, transact. It becomes your smart cash register. Step 2, manage. It just automatically keeps track of your sales and your inventory, no more notebooks. And step 3, grow. Now this is where the magic really happens, because it connects these businesses to financing, to suppliers, and even helps them get their own website. And I know what you're thinking. What does it cost? Well, that's the genius of their pay-as-you-grow model. You can get started for free with all the essential stuff. Then, as your business gets bigger, you can choose to upgrade to unlock more and more powerful features. The app literally grows with you. So, the big question: does this friendly, affordable approach actually work out in the real world? Well, the proof is in the numbers, and honestly, they're kind of staggering. First up, just sheer adoption. Over 1 million merchants have downloaded and are using Qasir. That's 1 million business owners saying, yep, this works for me. It's a huge vote of confidence. And look at its reach. This isn't just some big city thing. Qasir is being used in 514 different cities. That means it's reaching businesses all across the massive Indonesian archipelago. But this is the number that really shows the economic horsepower here. 90 trillion Indonesian rupiah. That's how much money in transactions has flowed through this platform. This is way more than just an app. It is a major engine for commerce. So who exactly are these million-plus merchants? Well, the data is crystal clear. The overwhelming majority, 97.4%, are tiny micro-businesses located in smaller cities. This is undeniable proof that they are reaching the exact people they set out to help in the first place. But, beyond all the big numbers, there's the human story. And this quote from Alita, who owns a laundry business, it just says it all, doesn't it? She's not just more organized. She says it's so easy to use that even her employees, who aren't gadget people, can pick it up right away. That's the real win. Okay, so let's zoom all the way out. How does a simple app in a local laundry shop add up to something bigger, something that matters on a national scale? What's the real story playing out here? It really all comes down to this simple, powerful, and self-reinforcing loop. You make transactions easier, that leads to better management. Better management opens the door to real growth. And that growth, of course, leads to more transactions. Transact, grow, repeat. It's like a tiny economic flywheel, spinning faster and faster, powering these businesses from the ground up. And that leaves us with one last really big question to think about. We usually imagine economic transformation as this huge top-down thing. But what if the story of Qasir is telling us it's actually something much quieter and maybe even more powerful? What if it's just the ripple effect of a million small businesses finally getting the tools they need to build their own success?